Hey everyone, welcome to today's adventure on Sport Fishing on the Fly. Today, it's the Bow River Classic, the So You Think You Can Fly Fish, which is a charity event to raise money for the Children's Wish Foundation. You know, we've had the opportunity to fly fish in a lot of different places, meet some great people. What we found is this fly fishing community, in a word, is very generous. Whether it's putting time back into a community, putting time back into the fly fishing community, teaching somebody how to fly fish, or in this case with Ray Rowland, putting his time into this charity event to raise money for the Children's Wish Foundation. It's an awesome thing and we're very happy to be part of it. So fly fishing the Bow River, that's today, as we take you sport fishing on the fly.
Sport Fishing on the Fly is brought to you by G. Loomis and by Islander Reels and by Outcast.
Well, you ready for the Bow River Classic? I am. Right on. What kind of strategy are we using today? You know, we got the corporate pass this year. We got 2 boats in, Sport Fishing on the Fly 1 and Sport Fishing on the Fly 2. We got to beat those guys for sure.
That's for sure.
So what do you think, strategy-wise?
Well, the strategy is don't lose the fly.
That's essentially it, isn't it?
That's the main strategy, but...
You get the one fly, right? And if you break off that fly, you're out. You've got to do the one fly, so it's excellent. So we got the buggers going.
Yeah.
I know we got some buggers. We got a nymph for a special little Viagra is going to be out there. I got to do the dry fly. I got to start with the clink hammer. That might be a little bit of a tragedy, but you know what? We can get rid of it. You get the bonus fly, and you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, you can fish that other fly. If you happen to lose one fly, you got 1 in reserve, so
yeah.
Total of 4 flies, but in total. But once you've got your fly on there, if you lose it, it's bad news. That's number what? What if we land them? Because we make sure you land them. This would be number 3 for you, right? Number 4 for the boat. The bulldog. Put the bugger up front. Oh, there's a nice fish. There's a big fish. Oh, big fish. Huge. Oh, Christ. Oh, get off. Oh, powerful. Well, guys, look at the weight to it. It's just big. Not the kind that you want and when you're trying to get them in. Oh, yeah, right. There he is. Oh, nope. He sees that net, eh? There he is. There he is. Oh. 22-inch net. That's a big brown. Oh yeah, that's way over 22. Okay, now hold up.
Get the tape measure out. Measure them up.
Okay, there we go. Critical, of course, very critical with the one fly. But we did the measure on him. He was actually 22 3/4 inches. Big brown. We wanted to get him back in the water. It took a while to get the fly out, so it's going to be important to get this guy a drink. Because he's a big fish. So just going to let him sit in the net here until he rejuvenates a bit. Keep his gills clear. Big brown. He's a beautiful fish. Good job, Dale. He's starting to revive it. There he goes.
Wow.
Excellent.
A little scarred up.
Right on.
We had to get the fly back. That's when I normally maybe even a cut off, you know, just snipped it, left it. But it's good, you got the forceps, we got the fly back undamaged.
It took a little teamwork there, Alan.
Yeah. Well, that's good. We've only been on the water about an hour, and we got four fish landed. So,
What's our total inches to now, boys?
well, we've got a couple of 20, 17, right? A 17, a 19, a 20, and a 22, 23. 22.
Yeah, 22 3/4. What we know is last year took 23 fish.
I think
to win
so.
it. And we're 4 in the first hour, so we're gonna be pretty close to that. Anyway, enough talking. Back to fishing.
Oh, yeah, let's try to get another one in here.
Hey, this is the benefit of being the first guys to a hole.
Well, we did it, right? We decided that what was our strategy today was actually to get into the holes. We knew there were boats in front of us, but to get to the key ones first, to try to pick out this prime hole. What we've done is we sent Grant over to this one, which is a real nice nymphing run. Me and you worked the bugger over there. So we caught 3 or 4 there. Now we've come right here, found out that Grant caught about 4 plus fish on the nymph, and you just came in there with a bugger and bang, smoked them right away.
That's right, so that'll be 8. Yeah, we got
Just
3.
weird.
We got 3 on that side, and that was 4.
This is 5 now on this side, so yeah, it's 8 fish. Well, we haven't even really worked the run yet. So this is
provided we land this one.
Yeah, because you gotta land them, you gotta measure them.
Oh, you look like another one of that nice 16, 17 inches. Yes. Definitely a measure fish, because it's got to be 14 inches minimum. Nice.
Hey,
Measure
18.
him up.
18 incher. That's a nice one. Look at how thick he is too. I show everybody that thickness of him. Yeah, nice fish. There you go. Long, good show. So, the final tally, or not even final, it's now 12 o'clock, right on the noon. 12 o'clock, we have about another 4.5 hours of fishing, because we have to be in for the check-in at 6. We have a total of 5, 8, 13 fish. 13 fish, yeah. And I just got a 21 inch over there. You have the 23 inch brown. Randy's got a couple of 21, so I think we're sitting pretty good as far as the size.
You just never know how other guys are doing though.
No, you don't.
That's the thing. Like we've seen other fish being caught today.
Yeah. And I think we just have to continue to work this hole. You know, work it really hard for maybe even another hour and try to see if we can plug a few more fish. Right?
That's right. Yeah.
I got a plan. I think we should eat.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Okay, let's go and eat. Hi everyone, and welcome to the bench. Well, I'm with Jack Dennis, tying a special fly, and today we're going to tie up the crystal caddis.
Well, as you know, here in Bow River country, and whether you're in BC on the elk or any of the rivers there, caddis are really one of the #1 insects for here in Canada. Now, just say we're going to do the nymph version of this. So we'll do this. And let's say we had a little copper wire. We can take a little copper wire and do the same thing. But we're going to do this for the dry fly. We'll just add one of these strands of rainbow thread, and it'll act kind of like a binder. We'll add that in, then we'll take our peacock, just like we did here. And now it could be wire. I'd say we're doing a prince nymph, it can be wire. And we'll add it and do the same thing. Just kind of go around like this, right around the thread. Just enough to get the wire, or in this case, the little piece of plastic in it, and then do our dubbing loop. And so what we're going to do is we're going to wrap the body. And what this makes, it gives you a lot more durability. One of the things that we've found doing all the underwater photography is we found some amazing things about how flies ride on the surface and what the reflected light is. And there's just no question that parachutes are what drive the tying now. And so one of the things that I do lots of parachutes, and I've developed some techniques to make them easier to tie. And that's what we're going to do right now. Now this is a little tricky, knowing how much to put. If you put too much, it makes the fly really tough. And if you put too little, it doesn't do you any good. So it takes a little time of tying these to know how much you want to put in there. And this is going to be, even though the caddis is dying, it flutters. drops, hits, comes up, flutters, hits, and then eventually dies. So we're going to use this as a fluttering wing, just like we did on the last fly. We're going to tie it in. Now, what we're going to take is the butt ends of this, and we're going to make a parachute wing. Now, the first thing we do is we make sure the proportioning. The body's gone halfway down the shank. We're going to go another halfway, and that's where that wing's going to come up. Now, this is a technique called side posting. This is what you're going to learn when you do a parachute. It requires a bobbin has a ceramic insert with a big opening, a la Griffith. Okay? You're going to point it to the left, go over, come back around, over, back around. Right here, I'm pushing pressure and sliding over. Pressure over. Eventually, you will keep it like that, and it'll just be so easy for you. You just build up that thread. What you essentially do is you build your own cone. Now, I'll guarantee you learn that technique, you can tie anything. 2 strands of marabou. Now you've got your post. All right, now, one of the things you want to do when you get in those small ones is to make sure that you anchor your post. Now, what I'm doing with this is going 1 wrap in front, 1 wrap in back, and that'll keep that post from wobbling. Now, what we got to do here is we got to put in, we're going to trim this down a little bit because we don't want it in our way, and we're going to come up with the partridge wing. If it's good partridge, 2 of them usually will do it. If it's not good partridge, you may need 3. You lay 1 on top of the other one and kind of offset it a little bit. Okay, once we do it, we kind of bunch it up like this, and we're going to lay it right up on top. I'm going to trim this, and I'm going to roll it over. This is the trickiest part of tying that fly. It's going to take you a while to get that technique so it flattens out over the top. Don't worry about it, it just takes a little bit of practice. Now we're ready to complete the thorax. Now, what I do with Antron is you made a comment about put it on sparse. Every person I have on my Jack Dennis and Friends tape, every one of them says the same thing, sparse. Okay, now, so it's really easy just to keep adding it as we need it. All right, as you can see, that'll blend in there, and we'll get a nice little thorax from that. Now, here comes the part that drives a lot of people nuts, and that's putting the hackle on. You can use grizzly, you can use dyed olive. What I find is just a nice dyed tan or brown grizzly is about as good a color as you need. Gray and brown mix. But on parachutes, if you just use 1 strand, you get a better parachute. And using a saddle hackle, it has a very thin vein, gets it in nice and tight. Okay, what we're going to do is I'm tying a size 12 here. We've got one. And now we're going to take, as you can see, there's the thin vein right there. And what we're going to do is we're coming from the side here, the left side of the post. Okay? We're going to come in and we're going to tie it so that it goes right up the post. And you can see here's where the vein is. And we'll just trim it out. That's going to add some more stiffness to the post. Okay, now, this is very important what I'm going to do right here. See the thread? It's coming to the right side of the post, and we're stopping right there. Here we go. Come over to the right side of the post. Right there. This is where you're going to tie your hackle off. But this hackle plier will allow you to come and tie it the same way. I'm pulling it toward me. Okay, we're going to attach the hackle plier. As you can see, it's parallel to me. And what we can do is we can then wrap it nice and tight around whatever. I've actually wrapped more wraps than probably we need, but I'm just having so much fun. Okay, now, want you to watch. See how tight that is? Do you agree with me? That's in there nice and tight because you can see the hook move. By taking this and flipping it over, switching hands, I'm now switching hands and pulling, taking the thread, and then pulling tight, and then tying it right in to where I just pointed out that thread. Pull the hackle back, wrap a couple in what I call insurance wraps. It makes tying parachutes just like tying any other hackle. We're going to trim that wing down, just kind of shaping it. But you can see that that'll give you a nice profile, and that will ride right in the film, and you can see that. Great pattern also if you want to drop an emerger off the back of it, or off the eye.
Excellent. Well, thanks a lot for the tie, Jack. Very interesting pattern. Stay tuned. Be right back with some more action. Well, here's the situation. We've got quite a few fish in the boat, but every time I seem to hook one, we put the anchor down, we lose them. They jump, I lose them. Get the bad hook. I'm going to blame the hook.
Go for it, get him.
Oh, he got off.
Oh, I don't think we should count him.
I can't.
That was a camera fish.
That's brutal.
He was a good 17 or 18, that guy.
We thought we'd take a little break from the fishing because we got Ray Rowland here, and then we're actually going to be back in fishing again too. But when we had Ray at our disposal here, we wanted to talk a little bit about this. So You Think You Can Fly Fish Bow River Classic, which you started how many years ago?
1998 was the inaugural year, and at that time we had 13 boats. And all the money we made, we put back into it, and then we always knew that it was going to be a charity event.
How did you know that?
Well, it's something that I've always been involved in. Juvenile diabetes, of course the Casting for Life people. I've helped them out.
Right.
I donate several trips every year to different organizations. So the first year was, hey, let's see it. Let's see how it goes. See what we can get for people, and it was a huge success. And then from there, it just grew substantially. And now we've been with the Children's Wish Foundation now for, this will be our 4th year, and we've given them over $230,000.
Oh, wow.
And tonight we'll be looking at anywhere from $90,000 to $100,000.
Just maybe quickly let the people know out there, when you give them some money like that, what does that money go towards?
Well, the Children's Wish Foundation, when I researched different kids organizations, I talked to them and I was very specific on what we wanted. And one of the things that they said to me was 95% plus of the money will go to the kids. And they have no professional fundraising. They rely on people like us for funding their projects.
Wow, unreal. How many boats this year?
This year was 56 boats.
Oh,
so
it just keeps getting bigger and bigger.
It keeps getting bigger and bigger. You know, one year we gave him 45,000. Another year we gave him 85,000. Last year we gave him 93,000. So it gets bigger, and bigger, and we're so happy because it's such a great organization. Yeah.
So if somebody wants to come and do this, how do they do it?
Well, they can go on the website at www.SYTYCFclassic.com, and they can, everything they want on there is there, including contacts.
Did you ever think it would get this big?
No.
Now that it has, how big do you think it's going to get?
Gosh, I know we're going to do $100,000 plus, and I think it's just a matter of looking at it and going, how big of a facility that we can fit in, because this year we had 56 boats, and people were still phoning me 24 hours before saying, Ray, this is the charity event to get into on the river, and we want to be there.
Cool.
So it's going to grow substantially.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for letting us be part of this as well.
Well,
I'm quite happy to.
Glad to have you. Glad to have you. You bet.
Thanks a lot.
There we go. Oh, another nice fish. A little fatter, a little shorter than the last one. And again, first things first, take care of that fly. And on the top lip, another part, barbless.
Alright, take him to the boat, get the tape, and give me the official measure. What do you got?
Alright, here we go. It's 17 18.5-inch rainbow. Nice, healthy, fat guy. Drink happening here. Another acrobat. Not a huge guy, but an acrobat. But now, of course, the camera's fired up. He won't be jumping in. Nice fish. This one fills up the net, the 22-inch net. First things first, pop the fly out because it's too precious.
Yeah, and that is a 22-inch net. Wow.
Yeah, so I'm just going to grab the official measuring stick here and get a measure on it. Alright, look at that. 22-inch net. This guy's about 21 3/4 inches. You can see it just about fills the whole net. There it is. Yeehaw! Beautiful Bow River rainbow. It's got a tag on him. But too late to get the number off it because it was ready to go. Notice it's right at the end. Oh wow, what an awesome day. Well, that was a good day. We learned something along the way.
Yeah.
And we probably should have been nymphing all day long. But that's the way it goes. You know, the best part of the day now, well, you know, actually first, let's talk about what our goal was the start of the day was. We heard that it was last year, one of the other years, the number to beat was 23. So we were hoping to catch 23 fish. We ended up with 22. So close. We missed our goal by 1.
Yeah.
But now, the best part of the day, we get to go up to the banquet and they have a silent auction, so it should be a lot of fun.
Wow, what a great day.
That was a good day. We caught, we landed 22 fish.
22 that we actually tallied.
We had a chance for a heck of a lot more.
I was a little weak on the tally.
Well, it's
I
funny.
tallied my 3 and I just couldn't hang on to them.
We fished 2 days in a row. We pre-fished yesterday, and I'm sure every fish you tagged in, you probably landed 20 fish yourself yesterday.
I had a really good day, and today,
The pressure, the competition.
couldn't take the heat.
Yeah. It took a while to figure out, though, that maybe we shouldn't have been fishing the bugger so hard.
Yes, that's right. You had the Viagra, and you know what? Everything we caught was on that nymph kind of float.
Yeah.
You know, bouncing it rather than stripping it. We didn't figure out that till later.
You started doing the sink tip nymphing. You might have seen a show we did on the Columbia River a while ago, sink tip nymphing. That's how you started to do it, and then you started hookup fish. Just not for very long, unfortunately.
Well, the bulldog took care of that. He tallied up big for us.
He had a great day. And it was a great day. You know, it's for such a great cause, the Children's Wish Foundation, and kudos to Ray Rowland for doing such a wonderful job at putting back into the community what the fly fishermen love. And I said it earlier, the generosity that the fly fishermen have, and it just comes through here in this.
And I mean, as far as our Canadian fly fishing exposition, we're giving the checks for $5,000, which helps out, and we expect to raise probably close to $100,000.
Yeah, it's nice to be part of it.
Really good.
If you get a chance to fish the Bow River, make sure you take care.
And conserve our waters, getting better here all the time.
That's
I love
awesome, man. See you next time.
When we take you sport fishing on the fly.
Sport Fishing on the Fly is brought to you by G. Loomis and by Islander Reels and by Superfly.